So is the numbers going around?
Yep.
Yep. Once you've done the 1 to 12s and any adrenal imbalances that you need to do, which could take some time because you need to get the defences out of the way before you do the pillars. There's no point in training them to defend better. You then can go back to number 11 and you can verbalise the 9 pillars. Put your tongue out to the side, hold this leg out, 9 pillars, tongue out to the other side, 9 pillars. Because you don't want them, you want to check to see if there's not a defence on that. In this case, there isn't. If there was, I'd adjust the atlas, come back and check 9 pillars to make sure it locks, which it locks now so I don't have to. But that doesn't mean it's not finished, just means there's no defence on it. So if that's the case, we could check in the clear, first the 9 pillars, verbally checking out loud the 9 pillars is a left brain response. If I wanted to check right brain, I would just imagine the square and the inherited triangles and the other big triangle with the little triangles in it and the circle. And if that doesn't make a change, indicate a change on that, check for blocking, you might then have to go issue and then check pillars. I think as it's written up on page 33, it's issue, pillars, or pillars on its own. Can't remember the order on your manual, but either way, you get into pillars in some way, because page 33 is just your way in. At the end of the book, on page 84, brings it all together, and so I'm going to jump to that today because it's going to be easier. So halfway down the page it says, number 1, put the issue or goal in circuit and note the indicator muscle response. So is there something you want to improve on or change?
Don't know. Maybe focus.
Yeah?
Getting on with my study.
Yeah, so learning and doing neuro training easily?
Yes. Yeah.
So let's have a look at the percent integration that you have at the moment when you study and learn neuro training. 100% integration to 90 to 80 to 70 to 60 to 50 to 40 to 30. Specifically 30, 31, 32. So we've only just got like 31%. A third of me is here and the other 2/3 is, in another state. So let's have a look at the integration to learn and study neuro training easily. Put your tongue out to the side, the other side. So I'm checking for a defense because I don't want to balance the person to being better at defending it. Breathe in and out. Learning and studying neuro training easily. Tongue out to the side. So the other side, that's fine. So let's put in the integration to learn and study neuro training easily. We should say learning and studying neuro training easily, regardless of any challenge.
Do I say it or no?
No, it's in circuit. And note the muscle goes, oh, I can't do that. Right. So I'm working with an unlock. So now I'm looking for a lock. Remember I was talking before, you might work with a locking muscle, you might work with an unlock, depending on what is happening. Well, this is the case where I put a stress factor in circuit and now it's going, blind circuits, can't do it. And the next thing is going to then guide us to where to go. So I've just done number 1 on this page, put the issue in circuit and noted that the muscle is unlocking. Check the 9 pillars and note which pillar shows first. So we could go to our page of pillars. Pity I didn't put a list of the pillars on that page. Mental note, update that for the process book. The process book gives me time to catch up on things I missed. So let's have a look. We've got an unlock. The pillar of fear, pain, defense makes a muscle change. Someone note that down. Context, recuperation makes the muscle change. Challenge, resistance to change makes the muscle change. Justification and integration. So I had 3. Defense, recuperation and resistance to change. So number 2 was check the 9 pillars and note which ones showed. Check if the pillars need to be stacked or not. Use a verbal challenge. Stacking after each first pillar. Indicated change means put the first pillar in circuit, then check for the next pillar to put in circuit. Check to continue for at least 2 more pillars. Well, that kind of, I've already done a little bit of number 2 and number 3. But what I'm going to do first is, it's easier to find the pattern. Like I know I've got 3. I don't know if I'm putting all 3 in at once or stacking. And that's kind of as a 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 are kind of one of the same thing. So I know I've got 3, but I don't know if it's an inherited one or part of a square, which I may have to find the other pillars, or part of this bigger triangle. But I suspect it's one of these, inherited. Defense, recuperation and resistance.
It would be
to change.
challenge if it was the inherited behavior cycle.
So it's not one of those, is it?
No, it's almost
No, so
normal.
it's a made up. It's a
Yeah.
made up one. She's
Yeah.
made up. So it's a triangle she's made, or it could be a circle, because you can have 3 on a circle. So what I tend to do is the 3 a triangle? If it is a triangle, is it the inherited behavioural ones, or is it one that they're prefabricated? In this case, it's prefabricated. So let's have a look at the 3 pillars. Priority is defence. Priority is recuperation. Priority number 1 is resistance to change. Put number 1 on that. After it, Jules.
Defense.
Resistance to change. Number 2 is defense. Number 2 is recuperation, and number 3 will be defense. So these pillars as a triangle, these pillars as a circle. So it's a circle.
So
So do a new circle, because I'm going to have to flash this. Do a new page with a new circle for me, because it's important that they see that. And number 1 was resistance to change. Let me see where it goes. Down the bottom at 6 o'clock. And the next one was recuperation. Goes kind of up left about 11 o'clock. I think the circles don't matter as much where you put them, as long as they're there.
is it?
Yeah, and the other one on the other side was defence. So I flash that in front of the person first, and then I
defence.
figure it out. Defence, yeah, it's at 2 o'clock.
2. Okay.
So as long as it makes like a triangle shape within the circle, is
Yeah,
that what it
a
is?
little bit.
It could be an inverted triangle, it could be
Yeah, this one's almost like an upside down triangle.
yes.
So you look at that, and it makes a muscle change.
I don't have my glasses. You have to put it closer. Oh yeah, I
Still makes a muscle change, whether you can see it or not.
can. So I thought there was a line in between, but there
It's
it is.
alright, it's all still subconscious. If they had visual impairment and they were blind, you'd look at it. That's the best you could do.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So with a circle, this is patterns in life that you're stuck in. The first thing is resisting change, and that is affecting your recuperation and ability to get over stuff and maintain your defense patterns, because it goes 1, 2, 3 in that order. And it's subconscious. So in dealing with that, we now need to know whether we're dealing with the whole pattern or we're going to stack. So number 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, check the 9 pillars, note which one, check if the pillars need to be stacked or not, use a verbal challenge stacking, continue to check for at least 2 more pillars. Well, this is really find one, then find another and find another. I've done more broad, because to me, there could be all 9, and I like to know whether I'm dealing with 3 or 9. 1 or 2 or 3 or 9.
Is it possible to have more than 3 but still a pattern of circle showing?
Is it possible to have more than 3 and then
But the pattern is still a circle showing?
no, because a circle's a circle, a life pattern.
Okay, it's always 3 if, for
If-
a circle.
If it is 3 and it's a circle, but there's 6 more,
Mm-hmm.
then you've got circles and triangles.
Okay. This one.
Yeah. So it'll be one of those circles, and you could just muscle check.
Mm-hmm.
You could make up cards and muscle check which one to use, and is it the little circle or the big circle, because that would tell you where it is on the triangle, and then you'd have to muscle check where the rest go.
Wow, this could be a lot of combinations from this one alone.
Yeah, well, if you got your first 3 and it was a circle and it went on that, it actually means there's 9, but you just haven't found. Now that you found the first 3, it can tell you there's 6 more,
Mm.
and so you find the next one to go where and the next one to go where until you've got all 9 placed.
Okay, got it.
But you know that you're working with the first circle because that's your priority. Have you got some kind of glitch going on there, Jules?
Oh no, it's a circle.
It's a circle, but you could have a triangle in this case. If it muscle checked a triangle, you could have that. It'd be an upside down triangle, but it isn't. It's a life pattern.
That's right.
So whether it's a behavioural cycle pattern, which it wasn't, because we define that and check circle and triangle, and or check square and triangle and circle, and that really just nuts it out. I need to know first whether to stack it in. So I've got an unlock, and I would just challenge place all in circuit, stack. So stack makes a change for me. So I would stack number 1, which was resistance to change. So I'm stacking resistance to change into my heaps because I didn't want to lose my original stuff. And now it locks. Stack 2, which was, stay with me, recuperation.
Sorry.
She's fallen asleep. She's going in a little rabbit hole. And number 3, defense. So I've just stacked them in the order found. Lay out the schema of pillars. Start with the first priority pillar, originally a muscle check for the associated references. So my first pillar was resistance to change. So on resistance to change, I check whether I've got a right brain stem or a left brain stem. You may not know this. Indicator change. Brain functions, numerology, enneagrams, brain percentages. So I'm just scanning through the first pillar on the brain percentages, which is a whole lot of percentages that we go through for the brain to open up the brain's awareness. We actually could do with a list of those just so we don't have to flick through the book. Brain percentages of the deep processing parts of the brain, the dorsal lateral areas. So you want to be about flicking? We need a list on that page.
Yes.
As I do it. Parietal lobes, consciousness, the left brain. The brain is an illusionist, the left brain. The percent, so all percents, just one, all percents. So I've got to check all percent acquisition and production of language. 62 on the first one. Someone put left brain, number 1 is 62%. Number 2, ability of the left brain in navigating social world. Stay with me. 32%, it's the same amount before we had. Number 3%, activity of the left brain in social cohesion. 24%, number 4%, activity of the left brain in group function. 4%, here she's in a group and her left brain's saying 4%, 4%, that's all I can do.
That's so funny.
Next one, I think I'm up to number 5, am I?
Yes.
Activity, left brain, okay. Activity of the left brain in defense mechanisms, 100 to 90 to 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85% activity of the left brain in defense. So it's a high activity of survival code. Percent activity of left brain in its positive effect bias. And if you don't know what it means, it explains it more here. And if you still don't know what it means, Google that line and you'll get references to it. 65% subjective illusion activity. 100% subjective illusion.
Number
So-
7, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yes,
6,
sir.
7. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
100%.
100%, yes.
Percent control exercised over an outcome. 54% understanding the role of chance. 63%.
Underestimating.
Hmm?
It's not understanding, it's underestimating.
Underestimating the role of chance. 7. It's just the same. Percent
Oh.
you feel convinced you are driving, because I read it and said something different, I think. The percent you feel convinced you are driving and controlling outcomes. 82% you are convinced that you're driving and controlling the outcomes of your life. This is why it's a very deep and very broad class. It's like really in your faces. Percent non-conscious decision making, penetrating and shaping the construction of the self. 22%. Perceptual biases and distortions created. 44% perceptual biases and distortions inherited. 65% biases written into the brain by experiences during early development. 27%, 2 more to go. Percent bias written into the brain by experiences during subsequent trauma. 100%. So trauma is playing a big role in how you think. Percent biases written into the brain by experiences during day-to-day running. 24%. Let's see if there's a priority out of all of that. And we muscle check lots of information to make the brain make a choice. Biases written into the brain by experiencing during early childhood or early development is the priority. So that's a bit of information we had to find.
And do we still need to check the other pages like hidden layers and perceptual bias and
Yeah, good.
neonatal?
Yeah.
The
And
eyes.
so whichever.
Other brain percentages? No. Like, don't waste time. Yeah.
So whichever
First one, go
section
for it.
that shows we have to check every single
No, I
item.
checked all or some.
Oh, okay.
And it was all in this instance. When I had Jules the other day, she had a short section on social, I think,
Yeah.
something. It was
Okay.
short. I thought, oh, I'm glad it's not a whole page.
Okay.
It was half a page, and we had to do all of it. I think generally it's better to do all because you're mapping that whole theme of the percentages in that part of the brain, and it's a good thing.
And this goes under evidence.
I popped it under the evidence box, yes. Yeah. Brain percentages, I called it. I put it there. I haven't released that to you. But to put it in your session procedure, that's where I put it.
Okay.
But if you go under other at the end of your sonic process or anything. So brain percentages, let's see if there's any more on the first one, resistance to change. I'll just go through the list here. Stay with me. Your eyes going around goes as well. Very tired little lass. Nothing in that book. I could do finger modes, I could do context, I could do something from the SONT or something out of the diploma. Diploma 1, Diploma 2, Diploma 3, Diploma 4, Diploma 5. That's fears, habits and beliefs. So specifically fears, specifically habits, specifically conflicting beliefs. So I've got an indicated change on conflicting beliefs, conflicting with other beliefs, conflicting with fears, conflicting with habits. So we've got conflicting beliefs, conflicting with habits. Percent conflicting beliefs that are conflicting with habits. 75%. More information on that. More information on the pillar of resistance to change. So no more information on that. So that's just 2 sets of references on the resistance to change. The second pillar was recuperation.
Yeah.
So the references for recuperation. Brain percentages, deep states library, anchoring, numerology, brain functions, reticular activating system, ability to trust, respondability, brain reward pathways. So we've got brain reward pathways on recuperation and chorology, the shape of the hand,
Sorry.
lines.
Brain function.
So we've got lifeline,
Thank you.
headline, heartline. So heartline showed, so I stimulate the heartline with my nail. You know where the heartline is at the top? And hold the genetic mode. Makes a change. And we stimulate this one on this side. That makes a change as well. You can relax that down. Other information. Okay, and I'll just check if they've got an active left brain or right brain. No. So the third one was defense. So on the pillar of defense, because I have it all stacked in, but I like to verbalize which one I'm actually working on and researching. Brain percentages, deep states library, anchoring. Some of these are B&O, so they may not show anyway. Numerology, brain functions, dichotomy, neurotransmitters. So we turn to the neurotransmitters chapter, which we haven't done yet. We haven't done in class, but it's easy enough just to turn to and muscle check which neurotransmitter is the
So do
problem.
we need to find all information references for every pillar found before we
The first
start
three.
balance?
The first three.
Or just the first
Yeah,
three?
the
So
first
if
three
9
are
shows,
universal.
we'll
Always
they will
do the
just
first
go
three.
with the first
Yeah.
Percentages, deep state library, neurotransmitters, dichotomy.
Dichotomy didn't show.
Yeah, but which one's where she's checking?
On the last one, I'm on defense, the last
Oh,
pillar.
it's like a list
Yes,
of.
now the third pillar, the third pillar,
Yeah,
Where's my
I was just
neurotransmitters
writing down
one?
which,
and
What she's checking.
neurotransmitters.
but I reckon on this one. Percentages, deep state library, neurotransmitters, dichotomy.
It's interesting the way this one.
I've got a little list at the back of the book.
Yeah,
It's on page, I use a list on page 85 is what I'm following.
Oh, yeah,
If you open your 9 pillars book on page 85,
oh yeah,
that's what I keep going through. That's the bottom line to help you scan through
Yep.
what do I have to collect. So neurotransmitters, dopamine, noradrenaline, serotonin. So we've got the smiley, happy neurotransmitter, serotonin. There's a few others. Serotonin, this neurotransmitter is present in the brain and other tissues, particularly blood platelets and the lining of the digestive tract. In the brain, serotonin has been identified as an important factor in sleep quality, mood, depression, and anxiety. Do you get anxious?
Sometimes.
Because serotonin controls different switches affecting various emotional states, scientists believe these switches can be manipulated by analogues chemicals with molecular structures similar to that of serotonin. So also neuropeptides, nitric oxide, and that's it. Alrighty, so we had serotonin written down there and then we go back and see on that last pillar, defense, action points, whole, enneagrams, chorology, other. So that's all the information.
Okay.
So if we go back to the first one,
Conflicting beliefs, conflicting
we had
habits,
something else before that
75%.
though,
Yes,
because we're actually balancing the first one first, because we put that in circle. The first one was
brain
resistance
percentages.
to change.
Okay.
Brain percentages, yeah, brain percentages.
yes,
Pause lock brain percentages, information only, so I'm not putting that in circuit, so I go back and see if I need to put it in.
Mm-hmm.
And the second bit of information was conflicting beliefs.
conflicting
Belief.
beliefs, conflicting habits.
Conflicting beliefs, conflicting with habits. Pause lock this, so I pause lock that. Conflicting beliefs, conflicting with habits. So that's gone in on top of the 3 pillars I've just stacked. So pause lock, CB with habits, that'll do you. And we've got an unlock. So from here, it's the normal session process. You go through the issue procedure box, and that could be intelligences or negative self-reaction or negative self-behaviours. If it's negative self-behaviours, you close off and negative self-reaction, you close off and start again. After all that, when you love it. Or otherwise, you could go to a B&O.
But
So-
you can go through the boxes.
Yeah. But you want to put these in your boxes if you're doing pillars, because you want to go to these first.
Yeah.
A B&O could be a deep state syllabic anchoring process, a numerology, a brain function, dichotomy, neurotransmitters, chorology, enneagram, Bowles CMP points, action points. So the action points makes the muscle change for a better option. So I know I'm going into actually doing it on it, but I might as well demonstrate. So you go to the action points page and you muscle check those, and we've got the action point of truth and love, point number 19, which is, I believe, the side of the face or the ears. Yeah.
Okay.
And these are just lightly touched there and there, two with
Two fingers or my thumb?
2 fingers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
I've
under
not.
the earlobe? No?
Just cover the earlobes at the same time. I actually will have to look that up. We'll do both just in case. And I think the super light touch, doing too heavy. These action points are acupuncture points that they consider to be palace points, or points of, like, treasure points, points of resources that we don't use, or they're blocked in some way. So the expression of truth and love, which is point 19 here for Sylvia, is what's blocked or hampered in some way. So these treasures, access through these points, get blocked because of energy imbalances and stresses and conflicts. So we can't access these resources. And that's pretty much all you've got to do. Muscle check by the number. Client touches the point with the finger that makes a muscle change. It was 2 fingers in this, and they hold it for 5 minutes, and you age recess, and the client repeats the polarity holding, check generations, come back to present time, recheck the face points. So the actual B&O in the end becomes quite simple. But after every B&O you have to do a post check, which is actually not written in there.
So it can be touching or polarizing, yeah?
This was, yeah, it can be
It
one
could be-
finger or 2.
Yeah.
And of course you can help it along by holding here. Okay, bring it down. Be a little short of 5 minutes, but with everything rolling along here with films and audios. Then we do the post checks, because we've just done a B&O before we age recess this. So what do we do for a post check? Because you've learnt that. Place your hand, the other hand, on the back of your sacrum,
Like this
lower
left
back and
side.
sacrum. Yep. Hold it there. And that makes a muscle change. So what do I have to do?
Tap L3, T7, L5.
Yes. So that's on page, who knows the page of that so you can follow as I do it? Never know the post checks page.
L3, 2725. Yeah, 10 times, yeah.
That's what I think. I don't have it with me here yet. So that's L5. L5 is the last one.
So L3, 2725.
That's what I
Page
think.
59, the post
Okay,
checks
so
are on.
L3, 25.
So it made a muscle change, or if you're doing it on your own, you hold it for 30 seconds. Hold the back part of the junction between lumbar 5 and sacral 1. Tap L3, T7, L5. Sit forwards. Sit forwards. Yeah.
Sorry,
Sit
I
up.
was out. I was out.
Yep.
He's
So
gone.
that's all you
Okay.
do. Come back here.
Oh.
Go to where you were. So
Oh, so I just.
yeah, that's it. You just sit
Sorry.
forwards. That's it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Now place your hand there. It's all good. Well, it has to be the back of the hand.
Oh,
That's
like
it.
that.
So you do, all you have to do is hold that there, and I'm going to just tap areas on your back. L3. You can tap 10 times, or you can breathe in neutral, and then we go to T7. Find the bottom of the scapula. Just there is T7. 10 times. and then we've got L5, which is technically where their hand is, so you kind of got to move their hand down a bit.
Do you want me to move my hand?
It's okay, you had your hand down a bit anyway. Hands down. You're a good demo for me. Now go back, we need to recheck that.
I'll put my hand back there.
Mm-hmm. Make sure that locks. And then we move to the next one, which is the throat, the old concussion one, while they're still holding that. And that makes a muscle change. Have you had concussion before? Shit
No,
balls?
I don't think so.
Okay. Don't remember you were concussed. Hold that there. Hold that there. So while holding that, I tap L3 and T10.
L3 T10, did you say?
Find 7, go down 3. Good. Relax down.
And keep my hands there.
I'll do that one. You keep that one, and I'll just do this. Good. And then we check for support with the repair card. Just going to be a challenge for me to find. Take that out. Close feet open. And don't move. You do put it in your jaw, which you learned this morning. Don't panic, stress release, clear energy. I've got to talk about those. So make sure I remember. I might have it in a public set here, the old style. Recuperation skin.
I've got mine in the car if you want.
No, it's not here. But I'll just check using the frequency mode. You think I would, but seeing as I own more, I'll probably give it away to someone. And I've got plenty of leftovers of these at home. In different boxes and cupboards. Yeah, definitely don't have it there. So what we'll do is, so you can relax wherever now I've taken it back.
Okay.
I would just check frequency, repair card, or if it didn't have that, arnica and hypericum together would be another one you could do. But if that doesn't show, that's usually a good enough challenge. And it's, yeah, got arnica there. Brain energy integration part B. Client touches their kidney 27s. Touch there. I find it really hard when the client does it, really a little bit awkward for them to do all of this. So I found during the week it's easier if I rub them, but I will go through the book way first. And so you rub those, and then you look here, the 9 eye positions, which you know. So they're the 9 eye positions. Now, this bit of turning, and then they rub, they go, and they just can't turn, and they can't look, and then they start doing it all unclothed. So I tend to rub, and then I say look up and push here. But you have
And then
to look
she
up.
looks, yeah.
Yeah, they tend to look in the good. Now push here, look up. So sometimes I'll do it like this and this.
It's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
No.
Look up to the corner and
Which
push here.
corner?
Doesn't matter. Push here on my thumb. Still looking up to the corner. Push on my fingers. The other way. Here. Good. Look across.
Which way? Left?
Push here. Push here. With your head. Push here. Good. Look down to the corner. Push here again. Push your face this side. Over here. Good. Now look down. Push here again. Looking down, push here. Look over to this side, push here. Looking still to that direction, push on this side. Go straight across to that same side, push here. Push here. Good. Up here, push here. Here. Look straight ahead, push here. And here. Wasn't actually too bad, it was pretty good.
What's the point of pushing here and there?
It's a physical form of switching. It's got to do with pitch, roll and yaw in the system. So it's where we've got brain switching, the movement of this, you've got pitch and roll and yaw in our balancing vestibular brain integration. So it's partly to do with that. So repeats 1 and 2 while the client is touching the back of the hand of the consultant to the top of the head. So I get them to do it because my hands are busy if I'm rubbing their kidney 27s. So put your back of the hand there. I rub here. I just find it easier, and it doesn't make a difference who does this.
No.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm rubbing, and you're looking up and pushing here. And then push here with your chin. Look to the next corner. Push here with your chin. Hang on, cough. Bad time for cough. Push here. Hang on, go up to this corner. Push here. Look across.
So it's
Here.
just hand over head and repeat.
Here.
Hand on top of head and repeat.
This corner. Yeah. Push here. Here.
So is this somehow
Look
switching
down. Push here. Here. I'll get you in a moment. Look, yeah, corner, push here. She's got the rhythm now. Just a matter of whether I've got it. Push here. Push here. Up here. Push here. Here. Straight ahead. Here. Here. Beautiful.
So is this tying in
I bet.
electromagnetics with all the switching stuff?
Mm.
Is that it? Yeah.
Well, just hang on a second on that. Neurotract, tap L3 and S3 for the central nervous system, which is actually this check, back of the hand, essential.
Yeah.
Sit forwards.
I can do it now.
But same BNO as electromagnetics.
Yeah, yep. Touch that there.
Like that again.
Yes. Yep. Breathe in. And out. And in. And out. Okay, good. Relax down. And then we just find the eye anchor for all this process.
So
So we've got upright,
for the holding the lower back. and
straight
that one
down.
is after the concussion.
So look upright.
Or
And
should
look
just
straight
do
down.
That's the last one.
Okay, so let's check
Upright, straight down.
I stretch.
So that's, we just do upright, straight down now instead of doing all that again. That's your little quick fix. Then we do all the other post checks that you know. Clinician do age recess. Any reason why not? Good. So we can actually age recess the, what we were working on?
Resistance to change.
Resistance to change.
No, what's the VNO?
BNO
What's
was,
the love and truth?
Oh yeah.
yeah, love and truth.
Action point.
Specific
the
action
points.
session, non-specific. All right, go to the time it's first a problem. So there are the points there. And it's still holding. So we did the post check on the face points. Now I've age recessed the face points.
And they're unlocked now.
Yeah, I just activate them, open them up, and they balance it again. And they hold that for 5 minutes. And then you do the post checks, and you check generations, and they do it again, and do the post checks, and then you come back to present time. And one thing that I didn't do is present wisdom, wealth, and health at the beginning.
Mm.
Should have done that at the beginning.
Mm.
Yeah.
Got to do that.
The ending here.
Oh, you could do, yeah, when you get to the second pillar. But what I'll do is get you guys start mapping out someone so I can help you do the mapping and get someone to finish this one. Who wants to finish this one?
What do I have to do?
You have to finish my job. You're just going to
Yeah.
take my circuit and take over while you practice on each other. Someone can practice on Laura and start mapping out something.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to do the 1 to 12s on Laura to do that though.
Yeah.
And then Yankee maybe you can practice on Jodie.
Sure.
And that way I can give you some help with, am I mapping it right, am I doing it right? Because if you get the first bit right, then yeah. So yeah, we can finish recording. Bye.